we've run out of fake intros to use. Actually, no, our introductions are never fake. It's always authentic, uh, cluelessness. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's quite refreshing to have these sort of intros once in a while, right?
Oh, you mean a regular conversation starter?
Yeah.
Okay, let us try this. I feel terrible. Today has been a bad day. I'm very tired, so let's just get this recording over and done with.
Wow, I feel the same. Okay, so um so let's get into what we are talking about today. Today we're gonna be exploring the environment, right? Which is a change of pace from whatever we've been talking about for the last
Yes.
few
The
episodes.
the you know when you first pitched it to me, I thought, wow, how lame, the environment.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds like one of those recycled topics that schools use for school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it feels
Mm.
like talking about the environment is just something that everybody is obliged to do. But we'll get into that later. Yeah, so yeah, I've I've kind of just extracted the main issue I have with your topic already, which is
Okay.
this idea of one of my favorite things to talk about really is this idea of political correctness.
Uh-huh.
I also written down social correctness because like there's some things that I just you know the traditional society values judgment, conservative mindset, and those things and stuff. Yeah, and because political and social are usually separate body
Mm.
paragraphs of my essay, so yeah, two different terms. Right. And I find it especially fitting that we're talking about this right after the hee hee ha ha periods of National Day and
Fun.
Racial Harmony Day.
What? How is it fitting? Oh, you mean the political and social correctness?
Yeah. So let us begin this conversation. Light. How did
Yeah.
you spend your RHD and National Day?
Um, I didn't do much. I just spend it just like how I spend any normal day. Yeah. I mean, I know we are supposed to enjoy celebrate our country's diversity and our country's what 50 what 54th is it?
55th.
Okay, 55th birthday, but then yeah, I mean I do celebrate it, but then I don't really see a reason for me to go out of my way to celebrate it, you know? So I just go about my day while keeping
Okay.
in mind that this exists. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, I don't really care about how you spend your day. I just I just wanted you to talk about that. So there's a nice way we can enter the not so rosy part. Okay, now for the more interesting question. What did you think about these 2 days?
Um, I feel that they have a point and that I mean, yay, yeah, it's like I guess my biggest problem with them is just about like just the fact that okay, yeah, it's nice to celebrate it in one day and all, but then uh yeah, is there really a point, you know? Because what's the point of celebrating it only for one day, but then like okay, okay, wait,
I I
how
I
should I
I
phrase it?
I assume we're talking about RHD, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if you're talking about National Day, it's like, why would you celebrate a birthday on one day? Celebrate it every day.
I mean later we can get to the part of whether we should set actually okay, never mind. Yeah, but okay, so going back to RHD, yeah, because I thought about what I was about to say and then it wasn't very good. Okay. Yeah, so back to RHD, right? So yeah, I do think that what the cause that RHD or the purpose of RHD is definitely something that we should keep in mind, and then that we should always like try to work towards, you know, this whole idea of racial harmony. Yeah, so yeah, I greatly support that. However, I just and I do appreciate the 1 day holiday. Wait, was it one?
There is no holiday for Racial Harmony Day.
Oh yeah, okay, and I do appreciate the half day.
There's no half day
Half
for
day.
Racial Harmony Day.
Seriously, then what's the wait, what? Okay, so yeah, I do acknowledge that and I do appreciate the cause. However, I just don't really see much of a point to really celebrate it on the day. You know, I feel that we should celebrate racial harmony day every day. Wow.
That sounds so idealistic, but to some extent, I agree with whatever you are trying to say.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
This is the part that like, okay, I don't really want to discuss
correctness.
the actual celebrate the actual day itself. I don't have a 60-minute discussion on like the history, significance, and blah, blah, blah. But long story and long rant short, I absolutely despise RHD
Mhm.
simply because the value of it is just thrown out of the window, especially in school. Oh my, you know, during the on dress up day,
Yeah. Oh, dress
it
up day. Uh-huh.
yeah, just call it dress up. It's pretty much dress up day.
Yeah.
Everybody picks out nice clothes to wear, and then my Instagram feed gets plagued. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
okay, that's my main issue with RHD. It is costume wearing day, and nobody really cares about the significance of whatever, and nobody really engages in any. Well, at least I'm not exposed to people who choose to engage in a
Talks
slightly
like
layered.
talks regarding the whole like someone else's culture, right?
Yeah, not exactly, but like I don't know, everything just seems so cursory.
What does that mean?
It's like okay, and like as usual, I have to criticize the systems that are supporting this. So let's start off with the student council, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is gonna make me sound bad regardless of how I put it, so whatever.
Yeah, I should just say it lor.
Yeah.
I tried. I
You,
tried.
you
I
know
tried not
the Kahoot quiz?
making sound bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it uh yeah, that's my main that's the main complaint I have. It's let us all feel good about racial harmony and ignore the other issues that are eating society from the shadows.
Like.
That's just okay. The other issues, I will just categorize it under blind racism, race blindness. Yeah, race blindness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then there's the things to do with privilege and social status and just the things that people don't really acknowledge or heck sometimes don't even know exist. And I feel that such issues should be surfaced and addressed. But you know what? Let's just have a day where we all dress up in nice clothes and do Kahoot quizzes on what? I don't even know.
I also don't remember.
Yeah, I know, but all I remember feeling was, what is the point of this? This is dumb. This is yeah, just dumb.
Basically, it just doesn't achieve the point of what the day is supposed to celebrate, right?
Yeah, so like okay, uh, RHD aside, many people are not going to like whatever I just said.
They
Partly because I don't think it's the SC's fault, but
you're gonna
I
you're gonna get bashed.
yeah, but like right now I'm doing the bashing first.
Uh-huh.
Bec-
Oops.
okay, and here's the thing. See, like, why are people so upset about the fact that I am upset?
Hmm.
some
I
people,
mean,
I guess like you could
uh,
describe me as a killjoy because it's supposed to be a nice
yeah, it's
day
supposed to be
where
fun.
where we celebrate achievements. But here I'm going. This is dumb. You are dumb. Everything is dumb.
Yeah, because I guess people can just argue that the reason why you're not enjoying it is because you're not part of the whole dress up and and the fun.
Oh yeah, I just kind of school uniform and got really angry when the corridors were bottlenecked.
Well, they were.
Yes, it was very difficult walking like 10 meters.
Huh? Wait, they were actually being. Oh, the corridors were actually flooded. I didn't.
Yes, with people. But yeah, whatever. Let people have their fun. Let people immortalize their experiences. I will just not have.
I will return to my little corner.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah. See, so like there's this social correctness
Mm-hmm.
set in place where I have to appreciate what everybody appreciates.
Mm,
And now
but you
before I
have to. You're obliged to.
yeah, and now before I continue bashing society, your opinions on my opinions.
Mm, I mean, mm, okay, let me think about it. I also kind of, cause yeah, one thing that I asked myself like during the whole Wish Harmony Day thing was like, were people even like learning anything new about someone else's race, you know? And so doesn't that really defeat the purpose of the whole celebration? But then, yeah, but then at the same time, I guess more of it is just a I don't know social event, and so maybe the purpose that I think that it has is different from the purpose that others think that RHD has, you know?
Well, so,
So
mm,
yeah.
okay,
So
yeah,
I
but
will just
yeah, but okay, okay. I mean that's specific to RHD alone. I just wanted to hear what you think about just disagreeing with many people.
I
What do
mean,
you feel about like having this? What do you feel about having a general consensus and social order? I don't say social order, but more like some.
what are you
Uh,
trying to
uh,
say?
what do you think about having this unofficial limit to the freedom of thought and speech?
I mean, I will say that, but to be fair, right? Wouldn't you say that most of it? Okay, yeah, I mean, society, like the people around you pressure you and all, but then at the same time, isn't it also kind of you letting yourself be pressured by it? But of course, I'll say that to me, right? I feel that this sort of pressure, this sort of societal pressure is definitely necessary. Yeah, it's definitely necessary. But then, of course, I wouldn't like it to completely just affect every aspect of my life. You know, then that would be when I feel it's too much.
I mean, I understand. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I do agree there has to be some limits to what people can and cannot say.
Yeah.
And the boundary I always draw is as long as it hurts a group of people, I think that's yeah, that's the line I'll draw for things you can't say. You can't just go out there and make xenophobic and you shouldn't go out there and make xenophobic and racist statements because you're attacking a group of people. But this one, I'm just attacking a thing. I mean, sure, you could argue that the RHD symbolizes, so you know, racial harmony. So if I attack it, it means I don't like racial harmony. But that's totally not the case. People just like to misinterpret whatever I say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it just frustrates me.
Yeah, because yeah. But then I guess we just. I mean, hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like some people say things for the sake of saying things. It's like
Um. Yeah. Like.
you know, on the day itself, everybody's in a good. Actually, not. Isn't it, okay, okay, okay. Like just move away from school and like the Instagram virus. On that day, everybody is suddenly very nice and friendly and tolerant.
Really.
Well, at least that's what I fear. And like everybody's is like, yes, harmony. Maybe I just hate I just hate nice things.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that also.
Yeah, okay. So like, I think like, yeah, fine. Okay, you guys can be happy. Just leave me out of it. But let's just move on to the focus of today. This idea of correctness. You know how at the beginning I said that everybody talks about everybody talks about the environment just because the environment is like,
It's
okay,
just that there's so much what do you call it? There's just so much I guess noise from the media about it. Like
yeah, and like
yeah, just
for any school curriculum or any school program, right? As long as you fit in the environment somehow, it's like a wow. I mean, I'm not saying that like studying geography is stupid, because like the environment does affect us, but it's just like wow, discuss about the environment.
mhm.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm
because
even struggling to I'm even struggling to find the words to try to express what I want to say, just because I just don't understand this. I just don't understand what's going on with this. I do not relate. But
oh
yeah,
you mean them trying to teach environment? Teach
not t
about the environment?
no, I like the whole let's all jump on the bandwagon and cheer loudly.
Oh
Yeah, this thing.
yeah. Oh yeah, then there was the whole Greta Thunberg thing, and then everyone's like, "Oh wow." I mean, I do appreciate the fact that she is putting in effort and all, and I do acknowledge that I am like compared to her, whatever efforts I've ever tried doing is inadequate. However, yeah, however, like
But at least she's going up there to at least she's trying to make her voice heard.
yeah, that is true.
But then of course there's there are the people that are like, why is she doing this? Something something something.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there will always be people that don't approve.
that's true. Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
but yeah.
I don't know. I was about to say yeah. I mean, for sure, some people will just say that some people would just say that yeah, it's like going up there and shouting at the faces of world lead. Yeah, it's I read this online. You know, that some of her some of what she says is very unrealistic, and some of what she says will cause like economies to just like straight up collapse. You know, and then they're saying how she's being very naive, and then how shouting in the faces of the world leaders isn't really gonna make them put in place legislations more quickly or more easily. You know. But then, yeah, I mean, I do appreciate, yeah, I mean, how should I put it? It's like I appreciate her efforts, but then I also do acknowledge that there are shortcomings. And yeah, but regardless, I do feel that people should understand more about the environment. Actually, it's like, yeah, I mean, at least to me, the whole thing about like the environment and all the wastages is very interesting, though, because we can
Okay.
see it a lot around us.
So based on whatever you said, this conversation lead can go down two paths. Let's take the first path. Educate us about the environment. In the doc, you wrote down environmental degradation. Okay, elaborate.
Um, so there's a lot to talk about. I will first go into wastages then. So, one very obvious wastage is obviously food wastage. If at the end of any recess period you go to the rubbish bin and you look inside there, or you look at the places where the plates are being returned, you just see a lot of food being wasted. And then yeah, and then the and then all of this. If I'm not wrong, I think 1/3 of the food produced is wasted. If I'm not wrong, I think that's the
I
right
think I
statistics.
think there's some infographic or video thingy that I watched that talked about this, but I don't remember.
Yeah, and then I think it was up to I don't remember the exact statistics. I think 3 billion tons. I'm not sure, but then yeah, I just remember just it's just scary to think, right, that there are still people in the world that are suffering from lack of food, lack of nutrition, dying from lack of nutrition, like children dying because of lack of nutrition, and then here we are wasting 1/3 of the food that we produce, and then if this, I mean, okay, if the food gets like eaten by insects or gets like infected by the insects and made inedible, then yeah, sure, throw it away. But then there are also certain, okay, I will call those, yeah, I'll say that those are legitimate reasons for disposing the thing. But then on the other hand, there are also certain like illegitimate reasons, such as the food not looking nice, and therefore they dispose of the food when it's completely edible. Yeah, that yeah, that's an example. And then yeah, and then another one would be, wait, let me think. For food, okay, actually, I think for food, yeah, that's pretty. Oh yeah, and then also throwing away food just because throwing away food, like supermarkets throwing away food just because they are maybe 1 week before expiring or something like that. Yeah,
You,
so
you
so
know,
so for yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna stop you there because you raised the thing that I wanted to talk about. Uh, okay, regarding wastage, right? It always feel for for the longest time ever, since kindergarten,
Uh-huh.
uh, I've always been told that it's our fault that wastage is such a serious problem. And we can all
Uh-huh.
do our part to save the world by turning off the lights and fans when not in use. And yeah, the classic stuff you see on advertisements. But yeah,
Yeah.
but then when you talked about supermarkets, right? I was like, yeah, I think I saw somewhere, and I think I'm inclined to believe this is real because it just makes more sense for it to be real. That it's just big corporations that are contributing to wastage, and well, uh, going back to the bigger umbrella, uh, contributing to environmental degradation more than individual consumers. Although
I
granted,
I mean I
you could
was
argue that
uh
the consumers encourage producers to harm the environment, blah blah blah, right? Joke essay time.
okay, yeah, I'll say for sure that yeah, big corporations definitely can decrease the wastages a lot more. Like for example, another example of a wastage I wanted to bring up was plastic wastage, where plastic bags were being, yeah, basically just being plastic bags that are made to literally not decompose for thousands of years is only being used once. Like they are literally almost like indestructible, and yet we're using them once and then disposing them. Yeah, so that's the whole wastage problem, and then it just keeps accumulating. And then I remember reading somewhere that said that yeah, it's like I forgot why I was doing this research, but then I remember reading somewhere that said basically the like yeah, it's like the point you just brought up was mentioned that consumers should stop using it as much so that uh producers would stop producing that many plastic bags, like the basic basic supply demand in econs. But then afterwards I read somewhere else that said that um a much faster and more effective way, right, is just to completely cut off certain corporations, like completely stop them from making plastic bags. Which actually just makes so much sense, honestly, because yeah, because right, you see, even if the consumers decrease the number of plastic bags they use, right, the producer will still make the same amount and still send it to the supermarket, and it will just accumulate at the supermarket where eventually it'll be used up because yeah, where eventually it'll be used up because people aren't really, like they aren't really being nudged to make to change themselves. Yeah, and so yeah, I would say corporations definitely can make a huge difference in terms of many form of wastages, like food, plastic, clothing. Yeah, like yeah, these are just a few examples. Yeah, they can definitely make a huge a difference. But then will they though? Will they? Yeah, 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 that's the problem because after all, the entire point of the corporations is to make money, and yeah, I don't really think they are willing to sacrifice that much. Like I don't think they're willing to sacrifice like a huge chunk of the revenue just to help the environment, right? Because after all, they do have employees that have like family to feed, and then they also do have bills to pay and everything. Yeah.
Well,
That's
I kind of want to avoid talking about like this capitalism and economical stuff because
uh-huh.
yeah, I feel like I would kind of get into that, and I don't know, I really I wouldn't say that I can be objective regarding this issue, so I will just not talk about it because I can't defend myself from the other side, so I just won't engage.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've covered wastages. and
Uh,
plastic use, which is kind of sort of under wastage.
yeah,
Plastic
it is plastic wastage. Yeah.
wastage. Yeah, but then the decomposition part isn't really wastage. It's more of
Environment degradation.
yeah,
Yeah, but basically the wastage leads to plastic pollution that causes the whole environment degradation.
yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how okay before we move on to like the second path, what other forms of destruction do you have?
Do I
I mean,
have?
not do you have, as in uh, do you want to talk about before we move on?
I I mean, do you want to talk about the depletion of what? The depletion of fossil fuels? But I feel at this stage everyone knows about it already, right? It's not anything new.
Everybody has pretty much done it for O-level chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, so I want to get into that then. Then also the car pollution. Yeah, but everyone pretty much knows about it already, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Mhm.
let's move on to the more examinable stuff. Actually, not really
Okay.
examinable. It's more of a discussion thingy. Actual question. I myself are struggling. I'm struggling to answer this. To what extent should development be prioritized over the environment?
Oh my god.
You argue something first, and I will rebut.
This is literally a job question.
Yeah, it
A
is.
job essay question. Oh my god.
You chose to focus on a job-related topic.
Yeah, that's true, but I thought we'll be discussing more of like efforts to decrease efforts to help with
Yeah,
the environment and stuff.
yeah. That's the second part of
Okay,
the job
sure.
of the average job
Okay.
case study. Let's go.
Okay, fine. So let me answer your job question. So my first, okay, like what I would first like to say is that what's the point of development if our whole Earth just goes to, just like goes to, how can I put it without,
Yep,
uh,
I know the word you are trying to replace.
yeah, exactly. I can't think of it. Yeah, but okay. So yeah, what's the point of us like having high-rise buildings, like maybe floating, I don't know, floating cities, maybe in the future, floating
Actually, don't.
cars. If literally our whole Earth is just is like it's basically not possible to live in, you know, like what like for example our atmosphere, like because as the environment slowly degrades, right, okay, the yeah the sea level will rise, the atmosphere become hot, like the temperatures will, the extreme temperatures would become more extreme, the this sort of weather weather what where extreme weather conditions will also get worse, like hurricanes and also thunderstorms, they would become a lot more severe.
Thank you for
Yeah,
reciting
so
the secondary 3 geography textbook.
yes, you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome.
Okay,
But
but yeah, so
yeah,
you basically
so
said
yeah,
one
yeah.
thing.
So okay, yeah. So basically, it's just not like what's the point of having all these fancy new gadgets and like new infrastructure if literally the world is just not possible. It's just like a lot less optimal to live in, you know. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fair,
That's
but
that's
like,
where I'll start.
hmm. But what about?
What?
But you're speaking. You're saying this from a very privileged perspective, or at least like
Uh-huh.
when I adopted this perspective, and when I look at it now, it feels very privileged. What about the people who need to develop? It's what because for us now it's very easy to say, oh, we should no longer harm the environment. We want to retain natural greenery and
Mhm.
have organic growth for a sustainable future. And we're saying this because
Mhm.
we are living a comfortable life now. What about those people in LDCs?
Yeah, that is why, yeah, that is why MEDCs usually, yeah, that's why MEDCs usually are the ones that help to fund, that help LEDCs with this sort of environmental sustainable, they have to impose environmentally sustainable measures, one, because after all because they are conscious of the fact that LEDCs do not have the resources to actually make themselves uh environmentally sustainable. So the
Okay.
MEDCs will definitely have to chip in.
Okay, let's
Mm.
let's ground it in a case study. Case study
Oh,
is a
I
traumatic
mean,
terms.
case
Alright,
study.
let me just give you this case study which brings back bad memories.
Okay, wait. I think I can. Wait, I remember about case study also. I just can't remember which one is it about.
Yeah, there's so many case studies. Okay, so let's say that development. Okay, you want to develop
Uh-huh.
something,
Yep.
but you will harm the environment in the process. But
Uh-huh.
wait, actually, you want to develop something, so therefore you will harm the environment in the process. But people will benefit. And the example I want to use is China's Three Gorges Dam. Supposedly, people have been protected from flooding
Mm-hmm.
by the dam, but the dam has altered the water ecosystem. So there's the minus for the environment and the plus for the people.
Okay. Okay.
This purely focusing on social and environmental aspects. Nobody cares about the political and economical parts because they'll just overly complicate things. So
Okay.
just people and the environment. How do we decide which one is more important?
I would definitely say people are more. Actually, wait. Hmm. I'll say. Okay, as much as yeah, I'll like to say it depends, but then okay, so in that case, yeah, I'll say that sure if it benefits because I feel that whenever someone's whenever you wanna benefit a certain group of people through developing some land, the environment would definitely get damaged in some way. But then, but then, what I would like to say is that these people that have the power to damage this land, I just hope that they would be able to uh kind of help to help to decrease the damage to the environment that they have done. For example, yeah, it's like for example, I heard of this hotel. I forgot where. I think somewhere in Malaysia. Basically, they made a beachside resort. Yeah. I think a hotel that was built in Langkawi or something in Malaysia. Basically, the hotel they destroyed like cause the hotel is destroyed at the beach side, so it's inevitable for them to get rid of some of the trees, right? So they did chop down a few trees, but then what they did in return is that they had a indoor a little what a little I don't know what you call it. They basically had a indoor garden. Then they also planted a number of trees to kind of make up for the number of trees that they chopped down. So yeah, so for the case of the dam and everything, yeah, I mean, since it benefit the people, then sure, yeah, build the dam. However, I just hope that the Chinese government maybe did something to try to probably either like salvage the ecosystem, or if that is not possible, then maybe they did uh then maybe they did other things to help um to help kind of replace what they have really done to the or make up for what they have really done to the environment. But then of course that said, they definitely have to have the resources, and if they lack the resources, then I'm not gonna how should I put it? I'm not gonna be yeah, since you said privilege, I'm not gonna be that uh arrogant and say that they should do it whether they have the resources or not. So if they do not have the resources, then yeah, sure, I'm not gonna blame them for not for not doing a little extra to cover up the damage they've done for the environment. And yeah, and I guess that's where the MEDCs come in, where they can help out countries that do not have the resources to kind of to kind of cover up cover up the damage that they have done to the environment, and also to ensure that as they continue developing, they do not make the same mistakes as the MEDCs they do not make the same mistakes as the MEDCs that resulted in a larger cost that results in that results in the environment having to pay a larger price. Mm,
Hmm,
yeah.
that was hmm.
Yes. That was so what?
Uh, I never actually formed an oh okay. I do have an opinion, but like I've always defended this answer. And this is one of the few things where I'll say it depends. With as much as I hate saying it, it depends. In this case,
Uh-huh.
it depends. But whether to prioritize people or the environment requires people to get together and yell at each other in an attempt to convince people who don't agree with them to agree with them.
Mm.
And then I think that's how you arrive at the best decision. Although I do think that there should be a limit. Like, if everything is fine and functional and relative and quite convenient, further destroying the environment for further convenience is maybe where I'll draw the line. Because convenience isn't something that can be quantified, and destruction isn't exactly quantifiable.
Mm.
But yeah, but I mean like if uh if this if this natural thing is bringing harm to a society, well then go ahead and destroy that natural thing.
Yeah, so basically it just depends.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say it depends. It depends.
Mm.
There's no one size can kind of maybe fit all answer that I usually like to do. If you notice, like in the previous podcast, whenever there's like, what should you do when this happens? I usually have like, okay, there's this answer that is able to accommodate, I think, a wide range of people. But this
Uh-huh.
one is just, yeah, there's
That's
no answer.
very hard to tell.
Go figure, fight.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's it from me and priorities.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Uh, Anyway, I mean, anything else you want to add to whatever I said?
I mean, yeah, not really, but yeah, because yeah, it does a lot of other factors that have to be taken into consideration when it comes to whether we should condemn, destroying the environment for like,
You know,
especially for
actually,
the sake of people.
you know how I've talked about throwing economics out of this conversation. If you bring in economics, right, people get very, very upset because some people prioritize the economy over the environment, some people prioritize the economy over people, and some people prioritize people over the economy, blah 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 blah. That's how you get the different ideological systems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ask for your views because this is the type of stuff where I don't think we're in the position to fight off such attacks.
Uh-huh.
So
So
yeah, I just want to say that it's a mess.
yeah,
We
it's
we
very
will
complex.
we will let the people fight it out, and
Yep,
naturally
and
we'll arrive at a supposedly great solution because that's how
let me
voting
just
and
let me
debates
just
work.
pray hard that what's the council that does this? The UN council, I forgot. Uh, yeah, what is the council that does this?
Well, I won't be surprised if it's called like UN Environmental Council.
Oh yeah, is UN? Wait, is it UNEA? Yeah,
What?
wait, is it? Oh wait,
Yeah.
that might be completely wrong. Oh yeah. Wait, how do you know? It's the
Wait,
UN.
really?
It's the UN Environment Agency. Assembly. It has a UNEA.
Oh my god.
I was wondering what the heck. How do you know?
I mean,
Yeah, but it's the UNEA.
it's not really that. You could probably guess.
That's true.
There's no synonym for. I mean, there's no nice synonym for environment.
Mm,
And like, it's either agency, organization, committee, assembly,
yeah,
group,
it's just the same bunch.
council,
Council
circle.
circle. What the heck?
I don't know. Like, think about it. All everybody sits at a round table. That's,
Wait,
yeah. No, like
legit.
whenever someone says meetings or council, that's what I always. That's the image of the circle just pops into my mind.
Meetings. Oh, meetings at councils.
Yeah. Okay,
Circle.
that's just my imagination, not very, not my the two brain cells that I use for imagining things firing away. Okay, but
Mhm.
I think we're done with the job essay question. Hopefully I absorbed something.
Yeah, hopefully we I mean we didn't really get anywhere, but then okay. I mean at least we got through that, right?
Yeah. Okay. So on to the second part of the geography course. Solutions. What do you have?
Oh, okay. So let me talk a little bit about our
Stop adopting this accent.
okay, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about our nice country.
Okay.
Let's talk about our Singapore and our
Okay, just
and
get
our
on with it.
measures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, one of it is that you know how there's the whole thing about the rising sea levels and stuff, right?
I'll be
So
surprised if anyone doesn't know about the
basically,
rising sea levels and stuff.
yeah. So basically, in order to prevent all our hard work, I mean, yeah, Singapore has so much reclaimed land. And then, like, obviously, it would be a nightmare if all of the money and effort that went into reclaiming that land just gets just gets destroyed by just the rising sea level. So in order to counter it, they mentioned some three-prong approach in the what do you call it? What speech do they have every year? Like what speech does the government have every year that talks about their plans for the whole year?
What, the National Day rally? I don't know. Budget.
Oh yeah, the
But,
rally,
but,
oh yeah, budget. So
okay.
yeah, so they did mention a three-prong approach that they will do, and then yeah, I need to Google it. Okay, so yeah, the three-prong approach to climate change:
Mm-hmm.
understand the issue, take measures to mitigate it, and adapt to it. Wait a minute, why is it? Why does this? Why is this so different from what I remembered it to be?
Huh? Wait, what?
Give me a second. Three-prong approach to counter rising sea level. Oh yeah, I remember now. So basically, critical infrastructure. I think now they're all built like maybe 3 meters above like the sea height. But then they're gonna increase it to I think 5 or something like that. So that's one of the measures they're doing. And then other ways I think is that there was another way. Another way is to I think to make more sea barriers. Yeah, and then the last one is to yeah I don't remember what's the last one. But yeah, basically they just yeah they had some three-prong approach, and then they did mention it in the national budget then in this Straits Times article they very clearly mentioned that the government's going to spend 100 billion, I think. Yeah, 100 billion. Wait, is it even where did I see the 100 billion? Yeah, but basically they're just oh yeah, then national yeah they're spending $100 billion just to combat the rising sea level. Mm. And then yeah, so yeah, then for one that is more recent and that I can actually remember is that you know how the whole COVID-19 situation, then there was this whole idea of food security and how our food security isn't really that stable, right? Because the moment, cause after all we rely greatly on imports. The moment the imports are the moment some countries aren't able to import to our country anymore, we would just yeah, our food security would be greatly compromised, right?
The, I think the term is stress.
Huh? What stress?
Isn't like food stress.
Oh, is that actually the term?
I mean, we use water stress, so
I don't know. I've never heard of food stress. I just know that I just know food security. But so basically yeah. So in order to ensure that in the future when such when such pandemics happen, we will not face this huge problem of not having reliable food sources and everything. So the government decided to build more, I think, rooftop gardens, if I'm not wrong, so that so in the future, I think they want to make a certain percentage of our food to be grown domestically. So yeah, and then at the same time, they also by doing so they do cut down a certain environmental damage that comes with the transportation of food, because after all, when you transport food from overseas, you have to yeah you have to keep it in a fridge, then you have to ship it over or send it through. Yeah, I think yeah, ship it over, in which during the process you will not only waste electricity, some of the food will also expire, and yeah, and things like that. So yeah, I do feel that um uh the government definitely is doing its part in trying to decrease the damage to the environment. Uh,
Hmm.
mm,
I don't have
yeah,
anything to contribute, but you know, I was thinking about how this can connect to the next more critical part.
which is
Do you think these? Okay, let's start with the less critical part. Do you think these measures are effective? Yeah, this is the final.
oh,
This is the final part of the job curriculum slash syllabus for this episode. Yeah,
oh my gosh, are they effective?
yeah.
I mean, okay, for the food security and the garden one, right, I think it's way too early to judge whether it's effective or not. And then for the one that I mentioned even earlier, I'm quite sure that one also, since they just mentioned it last year, I don't really think I'm not sure whether things have actually been done yet, honestly. But then I do greatly appreciate the effort though. Yeah, I do greatly appreciate the fact that they even yeah, they even bothered to bring this up and even allocate part of the budget to carrying out these plans. Yeah, so I do feel that yeah, I will really give props to the government.
Okay. Sure.
Mm, I mean, yeah,
I mean, okay, yeah, but like the thing I wanted to do, uh, really discuss now is, do you think efforts to save the environment are sincere?
oh yeah, sure, that is, oh yeah, that's a
I
hard
mean,
question.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we're gonna go full circle here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that is really hard to answer. Are they sincere?
I
Yeah.
mean, we will never know. We will never know.
Hmm.
So like, right now, all we can do is like speculate.
I mean, I would say that. Can I say that? Um, there's a mix of both, and I'm not sure how much for
What
each one.
mix of
Like,
what?
because right, um, definitely there are definitely people that are very sincere about this whole about like conserving the environment and having like zero waste. You know, we can see it through if you just go to YouTube and just search zero waste lifestyle, or maybe fitting my entire year's worth of rubbish into a small jar or something. You'll definitely find people that have taken to the extreme, perhaps, to decrease their waste. Okay, maybe not taken to the extreme, but more of like they have completely changed their lifestyle just to ensure that their waste is just like what just to ensure that their 1 year's worth of waste is literally like someone's 1 day's worth of waste, you know. So yeah, so for those people, I would say that they're definitely sincere, but then the fact that they care so much about protecting the environment, wouldn't you say that it stems from the fact that they know how severe the current environmental degradation is? That yeah, and that leads to them taking these steps. So therefore, it is in many cases it's definitely sincere. Like people are definitely sincere. If not, they wouldn't really bother doing the effort. However, they are definitely influenced by like they are also definitely very influenced by the knowledge that what's it called? By the knowledge that
For the flag they will get if they don't care
the,
about
wait the what you get if you don't care?
the flag, like the negative the criticism.
Oh, but I'll say that's more for I'll say that it's more for governments though.
Oh,
Because
yeah. For I guess okay. Let me interject. I guess for the individual people, it's really. I guess like if they do what they do, they actually they really do care, and that's like the sincere bit. Although like it sometimes it feels like people are being pressured by other people into caring for the environment, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like actually you can be pressured into caring for the environment and then like actually like being
yeah,
genuine about your
and then
efforts.
due
Yeah.
to and then due to that you become sincere. That's why it's very hard to answer your question.
Yeah, actually, though, this is. from first just personally, right? I don't think I am a very environmentally friendly person.
I mean, honestly, right, it's like I'm interested in the whole like in the environment and everything, but then I like yeah, I'm also not really doing much. I guess I do collect pool tabs to try and help, but then yeah, it's not really
Well,
doing a lot.
what do the pool taps even like achieve anyway?
Oh, basically, right, in our school, beside the vending machine, there is a jar that contains that can allow students to put pool tabs into. And
Wait,
then,
that
if I'm not
exists?
wrong, that exists. Yeah, I didn't even know that existed until Sec 3, after no Sec 4 I think, or Sec 3. Then I've been in the school for like 2 to 3 years. Then I realized that it even existed, cause it's just like so hidden in some corner. Yeah, but yeah. So basically, if I'm not wrong, what you can do with that is that I think it's possible to make wheelchairs out of it, or even bags. Cause I remember when I was young, but when I was young, my family wanted to do this whole thing. Then we collected a huge like Ziploc bag of pool tabs, and then yeah, basically we tried to fax it to some organization, and we faxed it to the wrong organization. So I don't know what happened to the pool tabs. I think they just got disposed of.
Way to
Yeah,
go.
so yeah, I know, right? It's so sad. It's like I don't know how many months we spent just getting the pool tabs, like me and my brother, and then yeah, we just eventually I think my father just I don't know where he brought it to. Yeah. So yeah, so I feel that okay, I feel that now I'm just too busy, or at least I like to say I'm too busy, although I'm just like procrastinating half the time. But yeah, I'll say that I'm too busy with school, and so my hands are quite tight. Although like to me, collecting pool tabs is a very convenient way of me trying to do my part. Although it's definitely not enough, but then yeah, it's a convenient way for me to try and do my part. Cause it's just a lot easier than doing things such as growing a plant, growing a tree, offing ensuring that all electric like everything is off when not used.
I think the last one is pretty easy to do, not gonna lie.
Serious. Oh, okay. I mean, okay. To be fair, right? I always ensure that like my fans and computers are off when I'm not using them. So I guess I try. I guess.
No, I guess that's saving on your electricity bill.
Oh, but I remember this period of time, right? I was so environmentally conscious. Conscious. Oh my gosh, my brain just short circuited. Yeah, but yeah, I was also environmentally conscious, right? That I just deliberately just not on the aircon for I think close to like half a year of like me being very persistent about it, despite my brother complaining a lot. Yeah, and so I'll say that period of time was when I truly peaked in my efforts to save the environment. Yeah, pretty much. That's my story. How about you? Have you tried or at least have you had that phase where you were just very environmentally where you're very concerned about the environment?
For me, it's just stayed at thought. Like I think about, wow, okay, I should care, and then I continue using plastic every day. Uh, like especially this period.
Uh, the
Uh,
use plastic.
yeah, it's like okay, I would like take away for every meal.
Actually, yeah, same. Oh
Okay,
my
but
gosh.
but but yeah, yeah, like, the whole pandemic thingy is a separate issue altogether.
It's just when like cause of the pandemic, it is a lot more inconvenient to help decrease the wastages because the only way for you to get food other than whatever food you cook at home is to deliver. It's
But
like
and
yeah,
yeah, and that plastic.
yeah, and then the plastic container just naturally comes with it, lah. Well,
Yeah, well, okay, but okay, going back to the whole sincerity thing. I think like if people, cause like when my environmentally conscious period stopped at thought, I guess like I was sincerely thinking about it. Like I genuinely wanted to do something. Well, some people might disagree and say that since I didn't do anything, I was not sincere. But like I would say that the motivation wasn't really. I mean, like the the source of pressure wasn't really from people getting mad that I didn't care. It's mostly yeah, it's mostly because I really wanted to do my part for the world.
Yeah,
But
it's like I guess when you say it, it just sounds so like you know, it's like when you say, oh, I want to do it for the world, then everyone feels that little bit of like, oh my gosh, wow, like greater purpose sort of,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that sort of feeling.
exactly. But then like uh, I think for the environment, like sincerity is a thing.
Wait for the environmental, yeah, I mean for sure, because if you're not sincere about it, right, even if you, how should I put it, if you're not sincere about it, then you definitely will not do a, actually wait, is it right to say that you will not do as good a job? At least you not care as much, and so I assume that the work would be not as good. Yeah, I'll phrase it that way.
Yeah, but like the yeah,
Wait.
mm,
Actually, right. Wait. I think I'll take that back. I feel that as long as something is done from the environment, I actually do not mind whether they are sincere or not. As long as something is done,
yeah,
because yeah,
I
because yeah.
I do agree because yeah, no, I want to talk about corporations, right? I pretty sure that unless the corporation declares themselves an environmentally friendly corporation, they really don't care about what they do to earn money.
Because yeah, I mean, if they, I mean, after all, yeah, the purpose of a corporation is to earn money after all.
Yeah,
Yeah, if environmental sustainability was their priority, then then I think by now all of the plastic bag company, all of the plastic bag corporations will probably be like closed, I guess.
I don't think there's a whole company dedicated to creating plastic bags.
There probably are a few, what, right?
Okay, try googling. Like oh, plastic bags and plastic bags only, or like predominantly
Plastic bag company.
plastic
They
bag.
exist. They exist.
Really?
Yeah. Polythene Co. Pte. Ltd. Private Limited.
PTLTT.
It's like okay. Maybe I shouldn't say. Actually, yeah, they're just the manufacturers are. Yeah, the leading manufacturers are
No,
Multi-Pack USA.
I'm just laughing at the fact you said PTELTD.
Yeah. Okay,
I did
private limited. Okay,
I used to
private
say that when
limited.
I was like young. I was like, no, it's not private. No, as in, I didn't say PTELTD. I was like,
What the heck?
it
Oh my gosh.
was just company, patalata.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but I
Okay.
was five then. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So,
You're five.
yeah, but okay,
Okay. I mean,
okay,
yeah.
back to any effort is good effort. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It shows that it shows that we care and our efforts to make other people care are working.
But honestly, even if they do not care, but they're doing something, I will happily take it. I'll happily take it because
No,
yeah, it's
no,
helping
care, no,
regardless.
like care as in they are going to listen to the consumers and make them happy by doing environmentally friendly things.
Oh, you're talking about the manufacturers. Oh yeah. But then does
Yeah,
that really even happen often though? Does it really? Cause like
yeah, she know,
yeah, it doesn't really happen that much. It's like yeah, I think people are just not very. Everyone knows that oh our resources are getting our natural resources are getting depleted, and that oh no our ozone layer is starting to I don't know thin out or something, and then oh no the greenhouse gases are getting more greenhouse gases. The greenhouse effect on the earth is strengthening, and like oh no temperature rising, icebergs melting, polar bears dying, and then what and then sea level rising. Everyone knows all of these things, but then although they know that, right? But then I don't really think that many people are that concerned. Should I put it that way?
yeah, I guess that's
It's
the way to
like
put it.
yeah, like I said, everyone knows about it, but then do they really care about it? I doubt that.
Oh yeah, but we can't ask for too much. We can't ask everybody to sing the Save My World song and then actually do the things in the Save My World song.
That's why I said. That's why I said. I don't really. As long as they're doing something for the environment. I do not. I like. I cannot be bothered whether they are sincere or not. I mean, of course, it's better if they're sincere. But then, as long as they're doing something for the environment, yeah, I'll be very,
Yeah, but
I'll be
what if
very
it, what,
grateful.
but like, okay, I think we kind of exhausted the stuff that we can talk about here, but like, for me, right, the whole I don't care as long as they're doing stuff. For me, I think it only applies for the environment.
Uh-huh.
Because like,
Continue.
I think it is that big of a deal that, okay, any effort, no matter forced or not, is good. Although you can argue that by forcing people to do something, it's what do I call it? I don't know. It's a psychological thing where you tell someone to do something and then they're like, and then they do the opposite thing just because you told them to do something. That let's call that opposite effect. Yeah, that opposite effect thing. It,
The
okay, I don't even know, but like, yeah, if your efforts cause people to destroy the environment, I guess that's the more bit. But yeah, I totally, I mostly agree with you.
uh-huh. Yeah, I mean I get where you're coming from because before I said I was like considering, yeah, is there really a point for people to do it? It's like does it become less meaningful if people don't really mean it? But then I kind of realized that, yeah, does it really
Yeah,
matter
the
if the
whole
environment?
the whole issue of care is is one of the things that I have a lot of opinions about. But I think for now, this episode, let's just confine it to the environment and on a positive note.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
But
Positive note. So basically, yeah, the
so
Earth
basically, care. Yes.
the Earth is going to. I
Yeah.
still can't find a replacement, but then
Yeah.
the
But
Earth is
yeah,
damaged.
the Earth needs help. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
We should be smart about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
The Earth needs help. We should start caring more, and then we should start trying to help the environment. And
Yeah.
then by doing so, our future generations will benefit. Our
But
children will benefit.
but don't give me this propaganda. Okay. I mean, I totally agree, but it just sounds so cheesy.
Yeah,
Okay, but yeah.
but it works
So
though.
maybe maybe we can. How do I end this off? Let's care for our world. Let's care for our physical world, because we are struggling on the social level,
Let's
and
care for
we'll talk about this another time.